Hello, this is Kate from Daily Tarot Girl, and this is your weekly tarot card reading. For this week's reading, I am reading with the Light Seers Tarot by Chrisanne. This is actually one of my favorite tarot decks. I love this one. And I'm going to start by drawing 3 cards. Each card is going to represent a portion of the upcoming week. And I just want to welcome you if you're new here. Hello, welcome. I post these videos every week, usually on a Friday, sometimes a little bit later. So please give me a subscribe, give me a like, leave me a comment. And you can check out my website, dailytarotgirl.com. I've got tons of fun tarot learning resources on there for you to check out. So the first card, which is for the beginning of the week, is the Queen of Swords. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday-ish, we have the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is a very, I want to say like an intellectual kind of character, but she's also very sensible. She's very practical. She's very organized, and she doesn't suffer fools. You know, she really appreciates taking a direct, straightforward approach to things. She doesn't like a lot of frills, and she isn't easily distracted. Now, interestingly, I know last week's reading we started with a court card as well. And here the Queen of Swords is really encouraging you to lean into this side of yourself. So if you can relate to the Queen of Swords, great. If you can't, the Queen of Swords is just really inviting you to clear the clutter from your life at the beginning of the week. If you are clear-headed about what needs to be done this week, what your priorities are, this week is going to go a lot more smoothly than if you're in a state of chaos or you just haven't figured things out. So this Queen of Swords is saying, you know, get your to-do list organized on the Monday, get things figured out, and cut away all the unnecessary stuff, all the unnecessary tasks and distractions and things like this. She's really all about focus, being focused and really not getting distracted. And the Queen of Swords is a really gifted communicator. She is so good at communicating in such a clear, concise, direct way, whether it's through her speech or through the written word. So this is something to keep in mind as you start your week. It's really going to work for you this week if you communicate with others clearly and directly. And the downside of the Queen of Swords is that she's sometimes very blunt in the way she talks to people. If you've ever gotten emails from people that are just like a couple of sentences and might come across as being kind of cold, and you're like, ooh, that's cold. That's very Queen of Swordsy. So the Queen of Swords sometimes is misunderstood because people think, ooh, she's kind of cold. But she really isn't. She comes across that way, but she's under the surface, she's warm. It's just she can't be bothered wasting time communicating in this fluffy, frilly way. You know, she's not one to use a bunch of emojis in her texts. Let's put it that way. So the Queen of Swords, what I'm getting here is you would do well to communicate to people in your life in a very clear, direct, straightforward way this week. And don't worry too much about how it's going to come across. I mean, you don't want to be reckless and be rude or anything like that, but keeping things simple. That's what I'm getting with this card. Keeping it simple in your communication, because I think a lot of time and energy can be wasted if we don't communicate clearly and directly. So Queen of Swords is saying, you know, keep things straightforward and clear. So here we have another core card, the Knight of Cups, for the middle of the week. So Wednesday, Thursday-ish, we have the energy of the Knight of Cups. Now these two couldn't be more different. I'm just imagining the Queen of Swords on a date with the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups would be so gushy and romantic and just overkill. He'd be touchy-feely, pulling out all the stops, and the Queen of Swords would just not appreciate any of it. She would want to have like a really good conversation. She just wants a really stimulating conversation, whereas the Knight of Cups wants to gaze into your eyes and hold hands and go for walks on the beach. So anyway, that was just a little a side note there. I'm just trying to imagine these two on a date. Okay, so what does the Knight of Cups mean for us midweek? This Knight of Cups seems to be inviting us to indulge our romantic side. Not just our romantic side, but our idealistic side. The part of you that loves to dream. The part of you that has fantasies, that has ideals, and an idea of what your ideal life would be. Knight of Cups is saying, indulge this part of you. Now, this might look like you might want to indulge this part of you to get ideas for a writing project or an art project, or simply to indulge this side of yourself from time to time because it gives you energy. It gives you energy for life. It's like a little pick-me-up. So the Knight of Cups is saying, don't stop dreaming and don't think that your ideals and your dreams are silly. They might be unrealistic. They might be, really unrealistic, but they're not silly because I think I think our dreams and our ideals are kind of an indicator of who we are and what's important to us. Even if those dreams might be kind of ridiculous or unrealistic, I think they're still important. And so the Knight of Cups is saying, honor your dreams. Okay, what else is he saying? I feel like he's inviting you to take yourself on a special date. It could be like an artist's date. Like if you've ever read that Julia Cameron book, The Artist's Way, she talks about taking yourself on an artist's date where you go somewhere to kind of get your creative juices flowing. Maybe you go to a museum or an art gallery, or you go to the park. You do something kind of different and expose yourself to something different than you normally would as a way to kind of inspire yourself and get new ideas. And I feel like that's what this Knight of Cups is coaxing you to do. At the end of the week, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday-ish, we have the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is, well, because it's from the suit of Pentacles, I feel like it's a more of an earthy kind of grounded card. And the Three of Pentacles is all about collaboration and working with others. So this weekend, instead of trying to do everything on your own, consider asking for help. Consider being a part of something. Consider offering your help or your services or your time to someone else. I feel like projects and things that you work on in a collaborative way are going to be much more rewarding to you than solo projects this weekend. There's also something really cool about the Three of Pentacles. I feel like there's like, it's almost like your true gifts and abilities can really shine and come forward when you're in a group setting. And so I don't know if this is, trying to think of all the ways that this could manifest. It could manifest as working on a project with others. It could even be more of a social card, like a work party, like getting together with others to work on some sort of common cause or some kind of common goal. It does feel like a card of like taking action and getting things done. And there is this sense of cooperation and working with others. And so I want to kind of tie this card back to the other cards. I feel like the Queen of Swords really emphasized clear communication, and that is absolutely important when you're working with others. And the Knight of Cups is all about your emotions, your feelings, your heart, really being in your heart. And I think that also comes into play when you're working with others. Being able to be in your heart and engage your emotional side, but being able to kind of mix that with that Queen of Swords energy. So being able to be in tune with your feelings and your emotions and your heart, and then being able to communicate what's in your heart in a very clear, direct kind of way. It's actually quite a powerful combination. I think the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Cups would be a disaster together on a date. But when you engage those two aspects inside of yourself, they actually integrate together quite nicely. Okay. I'm noticing the Queen of Swords is looking to the left. It's almost like she's looking to the future. It's like she's planning ahead. She's planning for the week. She's like, okay, what do I need to get done? I'm going to get my to-do list out. I'm going to make a list. I'm going to get things sorted. Knight of Cups is looking at us. He's like looking into our soul. And that's interesting, I think. So midweek, it's like a time to kind of stop and check in with yourself and just kind of see where you're at, kind of connecting to your soul, connecting to your inner self, connecting to your dreams and your ideals, your fantasies. And then at the end of the week, we've got 3 people. They're all working together. It looks really joyful. So yeah, if I could sum these 3 cards up, it's a really interesting progression from kind of getting organized, communicating clearly, indulging your dreamlike side, your romantic side, and then being able to work with others and collaborate. Okay, so I'm gonna close the reading here. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what you see in these cards. If you had a totally different take, feel free to share in the comment section below. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you have a lovely week.